Side of my own.
All right, and for the state,
Jason Garahan, you're on,
Side of my own.
for the defense? Defense,
on the record, your name.
Oh, Bob Hicks.
and are you Amanda Drummond?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea bargain agreement. And according to the plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. You're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. The court ordered a TAP evaluation before sentencing based upon what I reviewed in the stipulations. Have both parties had a chance to review the TAP evaluation state?
Yes, sir.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the TAP evaluation?
Nothing from the state law.
Nothing from the defendant.
All right.
She seems to be highly motivated for treatment.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Well, Judge, according to the TAP evaluation and the Tacoma evaluation, she has had a pretty rough life, part of which is occasioned by her drug problems.
Mhm.
And part of which is the fact that her family has basically disowned her.
All right,
She
and
does
I'm
have
sorry,
a-
just one moment. And state you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you may continue.
She has a friend who is pretty much her sole support.
Mhm.
And she, as it says in the TAP evaluation, is very high. She wants treatment. She knows she's not going to be able to kick this stuff on her own, especially given what she was using, which was heroin daily, meth daily, and a phenomenal amount of alcohol daily. And the materials provided indicate that she is recommended for treatment and she's eager to take that treatment.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Amanda Drummond.
All right, make sure you keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear. All right. So do you have any children?
I do, but they're all grown.
Okay. All right. You're not going to be released today because what I'm going to order is, Ms. Abrams, I'm unaware. I don't know if felony drug court has started openings or no. All right. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. Because one, the reason why I ordered the TAP evaluation is I want you to be successful in this probation. And I see that there are some drug issues that are happening. So we want to make sure that you have all the tools you need to be successful. In this courtroom, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you ever feel as though you want to use or life is just hitting you and knocking you down, you can pick up the phone and call your probation officer and tell them, hey, I think I'm going to use. This is what's happening in my life. They're not going to send me a violation report saying revoke her. All violation reports come to me. And sometimes I will have compliance hearings where I have people come in to say, hey, what's going on? So I can hopefully get you back on track. And of course, there are some things that I can't get you back on track. If somebody picks up maybe a violent offense, I keep an open mind about everything. But for that, maybe I'm just going to sign a motion and say, hey, motion to revoke. But if there's an issue with your drug use, which is what we're trying to address, you got to do your part and we'll do our part. Okay. So what I'm going to do, Ms. Abrams, in this case, I'm going to place her on probation, 6 years deferred adjudication. Here's the thing about that 6 years deferred adjudication. If you complete everything early and you're doing great, the probation will send me a notice saying, hey, can you let her off probation early? She's got everything under control. She's doing great. And if that's the case, then I'll probably let you off early. You understand? So even though I'm saying 6 years deferred adjudication, whether you're on for 6 years or not is completely in your control. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. That means you have to report. And usually it's once a month. All right. If you need to report more than that because you're trying to stay on track with your sobriety, just let probation know. They'll make adjustments. Okay. There's going to be proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. So you can get a job, but not as a babysitter, or you can't babysit, you can't work as a home healthcare provider, okay? There's going to be regular random UAs, and the UAs is where they test you for drug use, okay? I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Now, felony drug court is a great program. They're not going to be available to even consider accepting you till the beginning of February because of funding. I always tell everybody, talk to your legislature about getting them funding. So, Ms. Abrams, we're going to do a referral to felony drug court. And then I'm going to follow the recommendations of TAP evaluation. I want felony drug court first because they'll be able to address the drug issues plus the mental health issues. But we can also do a referral to DDRF, which is what they're recommending. If for some reason she's not accepted into that and she can't get into felony drug court, we'll bring her back and we'll consider another placement for you, okay? I just don't want you out in the world with not any support. I'm going to want 120 sober meetings and 120 days upon release. And let me just see if there was anything else that was asked in your plea bargain agreement. All right, probation, is there any, there's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. Do you have any grandchildren?
I have one.
And what's their age?
She's 2.
All right. And are you in contact with your family?
I have contact with them.
All right. So let me just tell you, sometimes people want people to babysit. You're not in the condition yet to be babysitting, right? But what I will do is I'll deduct 100 hours of your community service restitution. And I'm going to order that you complete parenting classes. That's to help you when you are clean and sober and you want to be around your grandchildren. How far did you go in school?
10th grade.
All right. And then I'll do another 100 hours if you obtain your GED or some sort of trade school certificate. So I believe that community service hours, sometimes helping the community, is you getting your GED, you getting good, stable employment. So you need to complete your parenting classes. I'll deduct 100 hours off of that. And probation, if she obtains her GED or trade school, that'll be another 100 hours. If you don't want to obtain your GED or in some sort of trade school, then you're going to have to do 100 hours of community service. And sometimes that means picking up trash off the highways and byways. You understand? Yes.
I've been to a trade school. I have my CDL.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've already been to trade schools before.
All right. Well, I tell you what, if your license is in order and you present that to probation, then I will deduct 100 hours of community service restitution.
Okay.
All right. Probation, is there anything else? I'm sorry, what? Yes. And MIC supervision. And that's a specialized caseload so they can address any issues you have. Anything else, probation? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry, Judge.
Yes.
I apologize. Mr. Hicks mentioned that she lived in Karnes County.
Ah,
She lives in Karnes County. However, she understands that she's gonna need to live here until,
all right. So are you okay with living in Bear County? All right. So she's okay with living in Bear County. All right. So counsel, I need your client to sign the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal.
I didn't do this before. And where it says defendant. I got you there.
Right here.
Yes.
Thank you.
That
All right.
explains why I didn't sign any of those before. Actually, I did. I
Oh.
have one.
All right. Did you review the document with your attorney? It's called Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. It's this document
Yes,
that you just signed.
yes, ma'am.
Did you review that with him?
Yes,
Did you understand it and sign it?
yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. In this court, as I said before, communication is key. If there is an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel that they're not addressing it, if the courthouse is open, I'll be here. You can come in and address it with me, okay? All right, if you need anything, let us know, all right? You're welcome. Probation is going to go over conditions with you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Hicks. Have a good one.
What, how does one get pretrial to answer an email or a phone call?
Oh, you do? Pretrial services?
Yes,
All right, is it out of this court?
no,
Because I usually will send emails to them.
no, it is, I believe, out of the 175th, and this guy.
You should ask
I
the
have called and
coordinator,
left messages 3 times and emailed him 3 times.
you should ask them the court and see what they can do.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
All right, you too.